Good morning. Welcome to our Soulful Sunday. Yet another Soulful Sunday, yet another day to reach back into ourselves and to unify with ourselves and to learn so much about life. So let's start our morning with Power of Dreams programming. Let's manifest our dreams. Let's let's just close our eyes or dance or do whatever we are comfortable. Let's manifest. Today I'm going to be sitting down and doing it. You can do your fluid movements. So let's go for it. Enjoy the flow. Fabulous. Welcome back to your visualization, your session, and let's learn something more today. So, we are in this journey of creative thinking, creative visualization, creative patterns in life, and tapping away all possible stored negativity. So, let's enhance the journey a bit further today and learn something more about our life, about how it is important for each one of us to relax. If you don't relax, we are going to be in a state of always movement. Sometimes it's important to take a stop, a pause, and to relax. So let's understand. It's very, very important to relax deeply when you're first learning to use creative visualization. When your body and mind are deeply relaxed, your brain wave pattern actually changes and becomes slower. This deeper, slower level is commonly called the alpha level, while your usual busy waking consciousness is called the beta level. And much research is currently being done on its effects. The alpha level has been found to be a very helpful state of consciousness because of its relaxing effect on mind and body. And interestingly enough, it has been found to be far more effective than the more active beta level in creating real changes in the so called objective world through the use of visualization. What this means for our practical purposes is that you learn to relax deeply and to do creative visualization. You may be able to make far more effective changes in your life, in your pattern of thinking, so that you stop worrying, you stop. And it's all about planning, it's all about trying to manipulate things in people. You just move away from it. If you have any particular way that you are accustomed to relaxing deeply or entering quite meditative state, by all means use that method. Otherwise, all of us may wish to continue using the method described in the previous chapter, which is breathing slowly and deeply, relaxing every muscle body part in our body, and in turn counting down from 10 to 1. If you have any trouble physically relaxing, you might want to seek instruction in yoga, meditation, or stress reduction, which will be helpful in this regard. Usually, through a little practice, relaxation makes perfect. Of course, a side benefit of all of this is that you will find deep relaxation healthful and beneficial mentally, emotionally, and physically. It is especially good to do creative visualization at night, just before sleeping, or in the morning, just after awakening. Because of those times, the mind and body are already deeply relaxed and receptive. You might like to do it while lying on the bed, but if you tend to fall asleep, it's best to sit up on the edges of the bed or on a chair in a comfortable position while your spine is straight and balanced. Now, understand this very important. I say that I read it also. Having your spine straight helps the energy flow and makes it easier to get a deep alpha wave pattern. It's possible for you a short period of meditation and relaxation, a short period of meditation, relaxation, and creative visualization, when done in the midday, will relax and renew you and cause your day to flow more smoothly. So I always say three is a number of creation. If you have some strong manifestation which you have not been able to manifest as yet, first thing in the morning, you have your divine love manifestation meditation where you can think of your one dream or however you want to think, or you can record your own voice and create a specific manifestation audio. Same thing repeated at night just before sleeping. And if possible, in the day, sometime while coming or going in the car, also it works. Now let's read the next chapter. How do all of us visualize, right? So, how do we do the mental movie that we are talking about? Many people wonder exactly what is meant by the term visualize. Some worry because they don't actually see a mental picture or image when they close their eyes and try to visualize. When some people first try to visualize, they feel that nothing is happening. Usually, they're simply blocking themselves by trying too hard. They may be feeling that there's a right way to do this and that their own experience is incorrect or inadequate. If this is how you feel, you need to stop worrying, relax, and accept what's happening naturally for you. And this is something I've told a lot of you in past regression session. I've told this to you in many, many, many ways that stop worrying too much. There's nothing called right or wrong. What you're doing is 100% right because you will be divinely guided. It's not like you can do this or you can do that and that will be perfect. There is nothing like this formula fits all. Some people get into trance in 2 3 minutes, some people take 20 30 minutes, some people take 2 3 days. It's okay. You are never wrong. So don't get stuck on the term visualize. कि नहीं हम तो नहीं कर पाते, the other person can do it. कैसे करना है, क्या तरीका है? Just release yourself. Just let go. When you let go and you just flow, everything works very well. It is not at all necessary to see any image. Some people say that they see very sharp, clear images when they close the eyes and imagine something. Others don't really see anything. They sense or they feel it or they just sort of think about it. Now, that is how simple it is. It's absolutely fine. Some people are more visually oriented, some are auditory, some are more kinesthetic. We all use our imaginations constantly. It's possible not to. So, whatever process you find yourself doing when you imagine is fine. If you still can't feel sure that what it means to visualize, read through each of these exercises, then close your eyes and see what comes naturally to you. So I will be doing this right now. It's early in the morning, it's a Sunday. So let's do this meditation right now. All of you, please close your eyes and please relax deeply. We may not meditate later. So, sir, can you make Shivani the co host? Firstly, is she here? Yes, she is. So, sir, just make her the co host. You can record this. Thank you, Rahul, sir. Shivani, are we good to go? Can you just put in a message on the group? If yes, we can record that right now. No, I don't see a message from her. None. Okay, she is. Fabulous. So let's do it. So everyone, close your eyes. Your back's absolutely straight. Feet firmly placed on ground below or cross-legged. Relax deeply by taking a deep breath in, observing your breath going in and out. In and out. In and out. Keep relaxing. Keep breathing normally. Think of some familiar rooms, such as your bedroom or maybe your living room. Remember some familiar details of it, such as the color of the carpet, maybe the way the furniture is arranged in the room. See the colors. Is it bright or is it dark? or is it dull? Imagine yourself walking into the room and sitting or lying down on a comfortable chair, a couch, or a bed. Now recall some pleasant experience you've had in the last few days, especially one involving some good physical sensations. Maybe you ate an ice cream. Maybe you had a yummy meal. Maybe you received a massage. Or for all you know, you could be swimming in cool water or you could be making love. Anything that is beautiful, a pleasant experience, think of that. Remember the experience as vividly as possible and enjoy the experience. Enjoy the pleasurable sensations once again. Now imagine that you have had a change of scene. You're now in some idyllic country setting, somewhere in the outskirts, a villageish area, not a mainstream city. Could be India, could be abroad. Just imagine. Perhaps you are relaxing on soft green grass besides a cool river. Or maybe you're wandering through a beautiful lush forest. It can be a place that you have been or an ideal place where you would like to go. Think of the details and create it anywhere you would like it to be. Remember, it's your visualization. Whatever process you use to bring the senses, to bring these scenes to your mind, is your way of visualizing. You choose, you create. You perceive and you see that whether you have been able to do it or not. Remember, all we need to do is just not think too much. Whatever we are flowing in, allow ourselves to relax, flow, be in an open and receptive mode that whatever is coming in my life, whatever images, whatever impressions are coming, I allow them to flow in. I don't hinder, I don't stop, I don't purposely, intentionally plan. It just flows in when the words are guided, and that when we are choosing what we are seeing, what we're creating or imagining, these are our visualizations. This process is very important for all of us because right now we are both thinking and seeing, and our active abilities are strengthened. So let's each one of us thank our sensory organs, our visual inner organs, our mind for whatever has come our way. We accept it graciously by simply going deep within, relaxing, or trying to see whatever is coming our way. Let's be grateful for all that we have been blessed with, especially our visualization. Let's keep expanding our visualization and let's just bless each other with this beautiful day, the beautiful beginning, and let our life be full of manifestations and let each one of them come true. The full moon has just gone by. Let's be grateful, thankful, and wishful of a wonderful, hopeful life ahead. And so it is. You can rub your hands. You can cover your face, bless it, especially your eyes, and smile bright and open your eyes. I want you all to share. Could you see the two situations? Could you see your room with closed eyes, Could you see that mountainside or the street side or the countryside? Visualization is not tough. But if you're blocking yourself, you're not flowing with it. So I only see Richa, Shivani, Shami, Ruchi, Meenakshi, Manish, Pratimaji. Good. So that means everyone is able to visualize. Vijayji, fabulous. Jitindraji, excellent. Kamakshi, fabulous. So that is how simple visualization is. Now let's understand what are the special problems with visualization. Now, occasionally, a person has completely blocked his ability to visualize or imagine it well and feels that he simply can't do it. This type of block usually arises from a fear and can be worked through if the person who experiences difficulty desires to solve the problem. So, who's the problem creator? We. Who's the solver? We. मैंने कुछ क्रिएट किया है तो मैं ही सॉल्व करूंगी, कोई आकर मेरे लिए सॉल्व नहीं करेगा. Usually, a person blocks his ability to use creative visualization out of fear of what he may encounter by looking inside himself, fear of his own acknowledged feelings and emotions. So please get that clear. We are open and receptive. जो भी आएगा आने दो. It is there for a reason. कोई अगर ऐसी thought भी आए जो हमें नहीं पसंद है, it's all right. Example पढ़ते हैं. A man in one of his classes was consistently unable to visualize. He kept falling asleep during the meditations. It turned out that he had once had a profoundly emotional experience during a visualization process, and he was so afraid to be embarrassed in front of others by becoming emotional, so he just couldn't visualize. Similarly, a woman client of his had difficulty visualizing until she went through therapy, and she was able to get in touch with experience and release painful feelings that she had buried deep inside her since childhood. The truth is that there is nothing within us that can hurt us. It is only our fear of experiencing our feelings about the situation once again that keep us trapped. अगर हम एक बार अपने that elephant in the room को हम देख लेंगे ना, it will never come back. So let's learn to face and accept reality. If anything unusual or unexpected arises during meditation, the best thing is to look at it fully. Be with it. Experience it as much as you can. And you will find that it eventually will lose any negative power over you. Our fears arise from things we don't confront. Once you are willing to look fully and deeply at the source of a fear, it loses its power. If we are overwhelmed, it can be very helpful to get support from a good counselor or therapist who can help us accept and express our feelings. This is especially important if we've had a lot of pain or trauma in our lives. So get that very clear. Power nahi deni hai negativity ko. Usko देखना है, accept करना है, that's it. कि मुझे ऐसा feel होता है, मुझे नहीं करना चाहिए. जब हम नहीं बोलते नहीं करना चाहिए, बस that's where the problem is. Fortunately, problems with visualization are relatively rare. As a rule, creative visualization comes naturally to all of us. We are thinkers, we are believers. And the more we all practice it, the easier the journey becomes. If visualization is difficult for some of us, we may find that saying affirmations is easier and more effective. Of course, there will be a full chapter on affirmations. We will be doing it. Now let's go to the next chapter. Let's understand कि 4 बेसिक स्टेप क्या होते हैं इफेक्टिव विजुअलाइजेशन के, इफेक्टिव क्रिएटिव विजुअलाइजेशन के. फर्स्ट स्टेप, वेरी 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 इंपॉर्टेंट. अगर मैं विजुअलाइज करना चाहता हूं तो मुझे पता तो होना चाहिए ना मुझे क्या विजुअलाइज करना है, राइट? ऐसे थोड़ी ना आई क्लोज माय आईज एंड विजुअलाइज. सो इंटेंशन, गोल सेटिंग, दैट्स फर्स्ट वेरी वेरी इंपॉर्टेंट थिंग. Decide on something you would like to have or work towards or realize or create. It can be on any level. It could be on a physical, professional, personal, intellectual, spiritual, any level. It could be about a relationship. It could be about finding a change in yourself physically or other any attributes of yours. It could be increased prosperity. It could be a happier state of being. It could be a person ki, "Arey, let me be able to forgive." Improved health, improved beauty, physically better condition, solving a problem in your family, any troubleshooting, or anything in the community, कुछ भी हो सकता है. At first, Choose your goals that are fairly easy for you to believe in, that you feel are possible to realize in the fairly near future. उससे क्या होता है, हमारी मसल बिल्ड होती है बिलीफ की. सिंपल चीज को चूज करेंगे पहले, जब वो पूरा हो जाएगा तब हम आगे बढ़ेंगे. अच्छा, हाउ मेनी ऑफ यू हैड चोजन दोस थ्री थिंग्स एंड यू सॉ देम? मैं तो ग्रुप में कोई अपडेट नहीं देखा कि तीन चीजें मैंने विजुअलाइज करने की सोचा था which are unimportant and I put that intention and I saw them. No, none of you have shared. So किसी ने वो असाइनमेंट लगता है किया ही नहीं, So anyways, I mean, that's up to you how much you want to work on yourselves. So please see that if you want to do that exercise. So now what's happening is, but I didn't see it, Shivani, so that's why I'm just saying it. Yeah, I'm sure you did, because you've been diligent about your courses. Now, you don't have to deal with too much negative resistance in yourself, and you can maximize your feelings of success as you're learning creative visualization. Later, when you have more practice, you can take on more difficult, more challenging problems and issues one by one. At the moment, just start with one goal, whatever that goal is. Now create a clear idea or picture. क्या चीज करना है, कैसे दिख रहा है हमें. Create an idea or a mental picture or a feeling of the objective situation exactly as you want it. You should think of it in present tense as already existing the way you want it to be. Imagine yourself in the situation as you desire it now. Include as many details as you can. For example, मुझे है कि भाई 4 years में I want to go to Cyprus for my silver anniversary. This person will come, that person will come. We will be on this beach. This Prashant will be wearing this. I'll be wearing this. Children will be there. This, that. जो भी details डालनी है डाल दो. Think of it. Then fast forward कर लो अपने आप को उस journey में. Now, when you do that, physically, are you dancing? Are you touching somebody? Are you doing some ceremonies? Are you doing something? Let's understand we have to create a treasure map for us. A treasure map क्या होता है? Description बहुत जल्दी आने वाला है. But just imagine, just think one thing कि आपको एक चीज करनी है जो कि एक आइडिया लेना है कैसे वो चीज पूरी होगी. एहसास है, इमेज है या दिमाग में एक आइडिया है, whatever. Treasure map be optional idea. You don't have to take it, but it just helps and it's fun also. Number 3, focus on it often. That's why I said morning and night to hey, middle of the day also if possible. Bring your idea or mental picture to mind often, both in quiet meditation periods and also casually throughout the day when you happen to think of it. In this way, you're adding power to that dream of yours. In this way, it's becoming an important part of your life, integrating that dream into your life. It becomes more of a reality for you because you're thinking, breathing, living it on and off. It's not like you're like, if you're like all the time desperate for it. No. Once in a while, occasionally, give it good feelings. Not like, ये होगा कि नहीं, ये होगा कि नहीं. अगर ऐसा हो गया, तो we are away from our manifestation. Project it as much as possible and more successfully. Focus on it clearly, yet in a light, relaxed way. It's important not to feel like you're striving too hard for it or putting an excessive amount of energy into it. That tends to hinder rather than help. So, बहुत ज़्यादा नहीं लगना, let it just flow. That's it. Number 4, give it positive energy. As you focus on your goal, think about it in a positive, encouraging way. Make strong positive statements or affirmations to ourselves that this entire thing exists right now, that it has come true and it is coming to me right now. See yourself receiving it, achieving it. These positive statements are called affirmations. While you use affirmations, try to temporarily suspend any doubts or disbelief you may have, at least for the moment, and practice getting the feeling that which you desire is very real and possible. Now, let me tell you one thing about this. Suppose if you're manifesting about your child or about your husband or about your wife or about anybody apart from you, it necessarily does not have to come true. मैं ये नहीं बोल रही नहीं possible है, but it's not important कि वो पूरा होगा ही, because उनकी feelings, उनकी dreams भी work करेंगे इसमें. So very, very important to understand that. Continue to work with this process until you achieve your goal or no longer have the desire to do so. Remember that goals often change because they are realized, which is a perfectly natural part of the human process of change and growth. So don't try to prolong it any longer that you have energy for it. If you lose interest, it may mean that it's time for a new look at what you want. अगर आपको अपने goals देखने में तकलीफ हो रही है या monotonous से boring है, इसका मतलब it, you have to do some change in it. If you find that a goal has changed for you, be sure to acknowledge that to yourself. Get clear in your mind the fact that जो आप हम ड्रीम कर रहे थे उसकी अब जरूरत ही नहीं है. Something larger and then life has come. End of the cycle, end of the old, and begin the cycle of the new. It helps you to avoid getting confused or feeling that you failed when you have simply changed. Like I'll tell you for an example of one of the people that I was working with. Now, madam had a goal that she wanted कि मेरे ऑफिस से मेरा घर बहुत दूर है, मुझे ना घर एकदम सामने चाहिए. एंड सामने एक घर भी था which she loved. She thought कि मुझे तो यही घर में शिफ्ट होना है. Guess what? उसने इतना मैनिफेस्ट किया, सब किया. She worked with me for 6 months. 6 months only. But you know what happened? 5 months के end पे उसका job shift हो गई. She got a much better job in life. And अब 6 महीने पे घर में shift हो गई. अपने आप the husband bought the house. So please always say with your dreams and manifestations कि this or something higher is better is happening for me. And rather than saying कि मेरे इस office के सामने ये वाला घर हो, always say that okay, my work and my house are next to each other or very close by. So see your intention also. Now continue to work with yourself. अगर गोल बदल जाता तो उसको accept करो. And when you achieve a goal, be very, 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 very sure to acknowledge that to yourself. That thank you, dear manifestation. This has come true. Not like यार कोई magic हो गया, पता नहीं कैसे हो गया. Of course पता है, creatively visualize करो. That's why you know. आप desire कर रहे हो, visualize कर रहे हो, manifest कर रहे हो. That's why हुआ है. Sometimes हम भूल जाते हैं कि हमने success पा ली है. और वो इतना ऑर्गेनिक हो जाता है कि हम भूल जाते हैं कि हमको थैंक यू बोलना है उस ड्रीम पूरा होने के लिए. So acknowledgement, appreciation is very, very, very important. Give yourself some appreciation also कि आपने तो किया है. It's because of you that it's happening. And be very, very, very sure to thank the universe for fulfilling your requests. Extremely important to do that. Rahul sir, is the next page a new chapter or is it the continuation? All right. So today we end at this much. Remember these 4 points. Remember creative visualization. Let's do our sun salutations. And Shivani, different situations हो सकती हैं, interconnected हो सकता है, disconnected भी हो सकता है. Visualization में कोई ये नहीं है कि it all has to be a movie of the same thing. आपने कई movies देखी होंगी ना कि 4 उसमें small stories woven है. कोई connection नहीं एक दूसरे का. Short movies होती हैं एक बड़ी movie में. आपकी manifestation में वैसी हो सकती है.
The Surya Namaskar with mantras. Om Mitraye Namaha. Om Ravaye Namaha. Om Suryaye Namaha. Om Bhanave Namaha. Om Khagaye Namaha. Om Pushne Namaha. Om Hiranyagarbhaye Namaha. Om Marichaye Namaha. Om Adityaye Namaha. Om Savitre Namaha. Om Arkaye Namaha. Om Bhaskaraye Namaha. Salutations to the universal friend. Salutations to the resplendent sun. Salutations to the energy that induces activity within us. Salutations to the one who illumines. Salutations to the sun moving across the sky. Salutations to the giver of strength. Salutations to the golden cosmic self. Salutations to the Lord of the dawn. Salutations to the son of Aditi, the cosmic mother. Salutations to the benevolent mother. Salutations to the energy that we praise and to the one who guides us to salvation. The sun salutation now with the names of the postures, both in Sanskrit and English. Pranamasan, Hastutthanasan, Padahastasana, left leg back, Ashvasanchalanasana, Parvatasana, and hold this position. And now slowly progressing into the deeper version of Parvatasana, Adho Mukh Svanasana. Ashtang Namaskar, Bhujangasana, Parvatasana, left forward Ashvasanchalanasana, Padahastasana, Hastutthanasan, Pranamasan. On the right side, prayer position, raised arms pose, hand to feet pose, right leg back, equestrian pose, mountain pose, hold mountain pose, and slowly moving into the deeper version of mountain, the downward facing dog. Salute with 8 limbs, cobra, press back to mountain, right forward equestrian pose, hand to feet pose, raised arms position, prayer pose. One round of the sun salutation with awareness on the breathing. So exhaling our hands to the chest, pranam. Inhaling as we bend back. We exhale as we fold forward. Left leg back, inhale as we're arching back. Exhale into the forward. Hold the breath for knees, chest, chin. Inhale as we arch back. Exhale into the forward. Left leg forward, inhale. This is a back bend. Exhale whenever we bend forward. Inhale as we bend back. Exhale, hands to the chest. And on the right, deep breathing. Exhale. A deep inhale. A long exhale. Right leg back with an inhale. And exhale. Hold the breath. Inhale and exhale. Right leg forward with a deep inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale.
After seeking the blessings of our son, let's move on to tapping into abundance, into wealth. So remember yesterday we were talking about Michael. Now, Michael was a man who was conditioned that, oh, I have to be the best husband, the best son, the best father. जो लोग बोलते हैं उनके हिसाब से मुझे live करनी है. And now Michael felt that he was living in a box. Everything in his life had to fit into properly or he got uncomfortable. कि ऐसा करूंगा तो ऐसा होगा तो बिल्कुल ठीक है, ये wrong हो गया तो ये wrong हो गया तो everything's wrong. Now, अपने लिए बोलना, stance लेना, speaking up for himself or actively going after a more stimulating position didn't fit into that box, nor did thinking about activities he'd love to try on his own. Now, life in a box was rigid and very structured. Now, I asked Michael if he was happy. He laughed and asked me to define happy. He lost sight of enjoying life in exchange for doing the right thing, like his father had done. Michael wanted to break out of his box and make a lot more money, so he didn't have freedom to live more passionately. All he wanted to do was to make money, doing something that stimulated him to use his brain and other talents. Now, no one at his job had the slightest idea of what Michael was capable of doing. कैसे पता होगा ना? माइकल स्ट्रक्चर्ड काम करता है, जो करता है वही करता है, कुछ नया सोचता ही नहीं, करता ही नहीं, तो लोगों को क्या पता कि क्या कैपेसिटी है इस बंदे में. Even when he helped others with project, he never took credit. जो लोग क्रेडिट नहीं लेते हैं, आराम से अलाउ करते हैं कि हाँ उसी का गेम शो है, कैसे मालूम पड़ेगा बॉस को कि अरे मैंने हेल्प करी है आपको इस प्रोजेक्ट में, बिकॉज आपने तो उसी को दे दिया। उसको अपने आप बोलना चाहिए कि हाँ, माइकल ने हेल्प करी है। लेकिन अगर वो माइकल का नाम ही अवॉइड कर देगा, सो माइकल क्रेडिट चला गया। Yet inside, he had a lot of negative emotions about not getting noticed for higher positions. While he was very smart and had better skills than most of the senior people working at his company, only Michael knew, since he followed that he'd been taught. क्या सिखाया गया था उसको, और ये हम आप में से बहुत लोगों को सिखाया गया हो। Be modest. Build up those you work with. Don't call a lot of attention to yourself. सबसे बड़ी प्रॉब्लम ये है, मैं ये नहीं बोलती रॉन्ग है, बट इस कंडीशनिंग से जब हम इतने फंस जाते हैं, वी कांट see how to get out of it. Then we become like in a cage with the bird stuck in a cage. Now, when Michael realized that he was in this box he had built in response to his vow to be invisible, he was shocked. He thought it was just the way it was supposed to be, but it's not. All of us create boxes and shields and facades to protect us from people seeing, who we are, how we are doing, whatever we're doing. If you don't know what kind of reaction you might get, if you don't share how great you are with others, that unknown can keep you silent. So अपने आप के लिए भी acknowledge करना, दूसरों से acknowledgement लेना भी important होता है. Some people who've taken a vow to be invisible call it being low key, which really means staying under people's radar by choice. Yet opportunities come most readily to those who stand out. Michael's ability to rise up to a better job and pursue his deepest desires was suppressed for many years. He lived in this invisible box. Very important for all of us to understand that we have to get out of our comfort zone. We have to take a stand for ourselves. बिना मांगे तो एक माँ भी दूध नहीं देती, राइट? तो बिना मांगे हमें कैसे हमारी वैल्यू मिलेगी, कैसे कोई हमारी कद्र करेगा जब हम खुद की नहीं करते? अपने अंदर जो भी आपकी लिमिटेशंस है उसको हमको बाहर निकालना होगा। जब माइकल ने ये फैक्ट रिकग्नाइज किया कि ही इज टेकन अ वाव टू बी इनविजिबल, उसको पता ही था हाउ टू एंड इट। After deeply connecting with feelings about how it held him back and recognizing that he didn't like the vow, Michael was able to loosen his grip. And with what? With tapping. Now, when you look at a picture like this, it's full of fear, it's full of doubts, it's full of anxiety, and you can so clearly see that you have been programmed to feel it. It would be inappropriate or scary to stand there and shine with your true gifts. अब कल हमने एक्सरसाइज करी थी, हमने आंखें बंद करी थी और हमें 30 और पीपल को बोला था अपनी लाइफ में जो भी मैटर करते हैं कि हमारे ये बड़े बड़े गोल्स हैं। और अब हम उनको बोलते हुए हमने सबके रिएक्शन देखे थे बंद आंखों से कि लोग कैसे रिएक्ट कर रहे हैं। हम गोल बोलते बोलते कंफर्टेबल थे कि अनकंफर्टेबल थे? अगर हम अनकंफर्टेबल थे तो हमने इनविजिबिलिटी का एक वाव ले रखा है। Now that vow is blocking our ability to manifest the kind of money we want, the kind of life we deserve. If you relate to any of this vow, tap along to the following script, now using your own personal words when it's appropriate. As you tap through the points, tune back to the picture of you standing in front of that room full of business people. This script uses words that are commonly here. So not everyone is here in business, right? But imagine कि आप छोटे से entrepreneur हैं, you're working, आप कुछ घर से काम कर रहे हैं, कुछ छोटा सा काम कर रहे हैं, बड़ा सारा बिजनेस नहीं है। अगर आप जॉब में भी हैं तो अपने आप को इमेजिन कर सकते हैं। सेल्फ प्रोफेशनल बिजनेस है तो भी इमेजिन कर सकते हैं, नहीं भी है तो इमेजिन कर सकते हैं कैसा फील होगा। ओके, so again, those who want to close their eyes can close their eyes and do tapping the way you know how to tap it. Those who want to follow me can follow. There's nothing called right or nothing called wrong. हम अभी अपने आप की एक्सेप्टेंस कर रहे हैं कि क्या हम फील कर रहे हैं। Oh my God, this is terrifying. This room where I'm right now with 30 people telling them my gigantic, my outrageous goals is just too much. It's so scary. I'm feeling so vulnerable right now. Why did I say so much? Why did I say so big things? I'm not comfortable. I want to just disappear. It's so embarrassing. How can I say this? Am I a small child? I'm feeling my vow to stay invisible is there. मुझे तो कभी ना धरती के नीचे चले जाना है. I have to just hide myself. I don't want to face them. It's just not safe. How did I say I'm awesome at whatever I do? Shit, I'm so pompous. I mean, I'm so arrogant. I can't say that out loud. मुझे पता है I'm amazing in what I do, but I can't say that. I'm just a channel. I'm just a medium. That's what I want people to hear because I can see it all. Now they're judging me. They're looking at me skeptically. They are shocked. Some are offended at what I've said. They're definitely judging me. Oh my God, what have I done? Now, am I good enough? Who does she think she is? Oh my God, they said that about me. मैं कहीं भाग के कहीं चुप जाती हूँ. I just want to run away and hide. I don't want to be this vulnerable. I feel very vulnerable right now. This is really scary. I would never say something like that. It's not right. ये तो मेरा नेचर ही नहीं और मैंने कैसे बोल दिया यार. I have a rule about that. It's just not appropriate. I made a vow to shine this brightly, never to be seen like this. I believe I have great talents and unique abilities, but I don't want to say that out loud. I don't want to share all that with people. They'll judge me. This is so scary. I feel my vow to stay invisible because I want to disappear right now. Now keep your hands on your laps. Take a deep breath in. Now, whether your eyes are closed or whether they're open, try to look at the feelings that you saw. Try to notice how people reacted. Try to see a picture. And now tap in जब आपने करी, क्या feel हुआ? What happened? You've calmed the picture down. What's happening? You've also looked at the audience and you visualized at the beginning of the chapter. Did that energy shift? Are they less judgmental? Are you more open and receptive? Was it very intense? Do you want to run out of the room? If you do, it's all right. Now, again, let's rewind this video and let's tap through it again. Now, each time we do it, let's turn down the flight or fight response. That's connected to this vow and this picture. The more you tap, the calmer it becomes. So let's do it once again so that we understand what's happening. All right. So again, tap karte hain. Again, if somebody who wants to close their eyes can close their eyes. Somebody who wants to open can open. Let's tap on our head again. Oh my God. I said such a strong thing that I am so awesome at whatever I do. Am I mad? Should I have said that in front of so many people? Who does she think she is? वो शेख चिल्ली की बातें करती है. क्या एटीट्यूड है? कितनी कंसीडर्ड है? जबकि सिखाया गया था कि ह्यूमिलिटी होनी चाहिए. लो की होना चाहिए. इतना ओवर द टॉप नहीं होना चाहिए. मैं तो कितनी बोल्ड थी. Shit. लोग क्या बोलेंगे? What will they say? How will they resonate? I better run away. I can't stay in this room. I've embarrassed myself forever. This is not who I am. Oh my God. Oh my God. Now observe what kind of feelings are coming up. If you want to put your hands again on your laps, it can almost feel like a piece of you is leaving. It can create mixed feelings about letting this vow go, since you've probably had for a long time. Physically, आप uncomfortable हो सकते हैं. लेकिन जितनी बार आप टैप करेंगे और अपने आप को एक्नॉलेज करेंगे कि अरे ओ शिट मैंने क्या किया, वो फीलिंग जो ओ शिट वाली है वो कम होती चली जाएगी. उसकी इंटेंसिटी कम होती जाएगी. As you keep tapping, you will come to a point when you recognize that you are unique and you're good at what you do. And your whole personality can benefit the people around you once. You free yourself from restraints you've lived with. And that, आपका ये बोलना उनको उस कम्युनिटी में, उनको पता है कि अरे प्राची जो करती है वो बहुत अमेजिंग करती है, चलो इसकी हेल्प ले लेते हैं. तो मेरी यूनिक टैलेंट से आपको हेल्प मिलने वाली है. तो आपके लिए तो बोला है मैंने. तो मुझे भागने की जरूरत क्या है? मुझे कमरे से बाहर जाने की जरूरत क्या है? If you don't let go of this vow, people will never recognize you, how special you are. If you can't shine with your true gifts, you'll get much less than what you deserve because of a law in the marketplace that says you will earn money to be paid in proportion to or in exchange of how much value you give yourself and how many people know about it. Did you understand the sentence? हमें उतना ही पैसा मिलता है लाइफ में जितने की हमें कद्र है अपने लिए या लोगों को कद्र है हमारे लिए. तो वो कद्र हमने बनाई क्या? So you need to be able to shine with your true gifts. Once you feel calm from the first round of tapping, do a positive round so you can step into a better place for wealth manifestation. I let's create another set of being. Let's now positively tap to shine our light. मैं बोलती हूँ ना, let's shine bright, right now, bright here. It's time to shine. It's time to become the light yourselves. All of us become 1,000 watt ka bulb. कोई भी आसपास आएगा, oh my God, look at it, the entire body is glowing. Let's look at that, okay? Now again, just sit with the eyes closed. Just sit down. Abhi no tapping. आंखें बंद कर लीजिए सभी. Even though I'm really feeling my vow to stay invisible is there. It's scary. Lekin, I've taken this vow for a reason, knowingly or unknowingly. I honor how I feel about it. Even though this whole idea is triggering me, I have a lot of beliefs around this. I learned them from my family. I'm just going to honor that I am unique, that I am one of a kind. I'm really good at whatever I do. And I don't no longer have to be as humble or as invisible. Even though this feels uncomfortable, it feels scary. Even though I'm bringing out my vulnerability in front of everyone, yet I do love bringing my gifts to the world. I put my heart and soul into whatever I do, and I really love sharing that. I'm going to honor that completely. And I am going to tell myself that that invisible person needs to start becoming visible. Now, all of us can start tapping. I actually love the way I am. If I'm not going to look at people judging me, I love my qualities, my training, my intelligence, my unique gifts. Now, this special quality that I have, which I bring to the work, is amazing. The world really needs it. I've spent so much of time downplaying myself, hiding myself, being invisible. I've spent a lot of time trying to be someone else. I'm just going to honor that. I totally honor how special I am. I understand, I acknowledge, I appreciate who I am. I understand how much I love talking about my work. I pour my heart and soul into it. And I really, really want to share my gift with the world. So many more people will benefit. I totally deserve to be receiving it, to receive based on my giving. The more I give, the more I get. And this is my amazing value. I choose to stand here and shine with my unique brilliance, with my heart open for all to see. I totally honor that I am magical, that I am a miracle, that I am a rock star, and I give everyone else permission to shine too. Shine fully with their light, because I choose to shine bright, bright here, bright now. And as I choose my brilliance, the whole universe responds. And from my actions, whatever I take, good comes for all. I receive the exact value in money and wealth, in praise and support, in everything I desire. I start to let go of my vow to be invisible. Now, again, keep your hands on your laps. Take a nice deep breath in. Now, whether your eyes are closed or open, what kind of picture did you see in front of your people? Now, when you have accepted that you've had this problem and you want to still share your unique gifts and you have little more value for yourself, how did that picture change? It's very interesting to look at that picture of you in front of a large group again and again and see now how you look at it. Now, what kind of positive attitude shift has happened? Some people say, wow, I look like I'm shining and I'm surrounded with so much of light. It looks like people are happy. And they say, well, of course, Prachi, you do have. Of course, Tarun, you do have. Of course, Ruchi, you do have. Of course, Pratima ji, you have. Everything is happy. People are happy. Of course, you're empowered. यार तुम जो बोल रहे हो बिल्कुल सही बोल रही हो. तुम जो बोल रहे हो ना, तुम एकदम ऐसा ही करते हो अपने ऑफिस में. तुम तो best employee हो and you're really amazing. And this time, and the first time, it's a totally different you. पहले you were terrified and now you're terrific. It's a place because you honor yourself. You've accepted, and it's not arrogance. It's just being confident. The truth is, when you shine with all your brilliance and honor yourself, give yourself value, you're giving permission to everyone around you to do the same. Remember, everyone is a mirror of what your reflection is, what you think about yourself. And this is the most profound fact available, that everyone you come in contact with is for your betterment, is a reflection of who you are. It's inspiring, motivating, and captivating. And you are that person. Now, you can do the tapping to the vow to be invisible next time you have to go into a situation where you're either going or market yourself or ask for a raise, or just let people know that you're wonderful, center heart, light-hearted, heart-centered way, that you actually believe in the power of you, in your own value, and the gifts that you want to share more with the world. And watch it happen. Watch the magics happen. The more you share with this authentic, powerful place, empowered place, the more people will take notice and remember you, who they'll want to be around you. They'll see you as a confident leader in your field. Some of them will want to pay you for whatever you're worth. If you underpay yourself, undermine yourself, and you don't take money enough, that means I'm not worthy enough. So change the perception. Some will want to be part of your mission to reach your goals. Others will be just seeing and blessing you from the side. But this place where you have now, you will see that all of a sudden 30 people have become fans. They've become supporters, they become believers, they become investors. सेम लोग जो जज कर रहे थे एकदम से चेंज हो गया, क्यों? क्योंकि आपकी एनर्जी में शिफ्ट आ गया, आपके परसेप्शन में शिफ्ट आ गया, जैसे आप अपने लिए थे, राइट? जब आपका नजरिया बदलेगा, दुनिया का नजरिया बदलेगा. You can also use tapping to raise your energy and blast through inertia and procrastination. जब कभी डाउटफुल आए, ये करूं नहीं करूं, ये करूं नहीं करूं, immediately open your energy points. Just open them. Just open them. Talk to them. Understand it. कि मुझे क्या फील हो रहा है, कैसा है. Tap out negativity, tap in positivity. To accomplish your big goals, you'll have to push outside your comfort zone. This process will make that exciting instead of daunting. It's time to start speaking and acting like a person who sets, deserves, goes after, and achieves big goals. And that person does not stay or play small and invisible. He or she wants to be seen realizing big outrageous goals. देखिए अपने आप को अपने सारे dreams पूरे करते हुए. The huge dreams that you have, whatever. This is the time to create your life. This is the time, all of us, please understand. You are now in a mode of simply creating more wealth. So go for it. Now, आज video number 14 आएगा. Practice with Margaret what we've practiced here, or clarity मिली, so that in life all of us are empowered. Remember, blockages आएंगी आगे भी. ये सारे sessions, ये lessons हमें empower करें how to handle those blockages, right? It's time for all of us to move on to our next book about how we all are thinkers, creative thinkers, and how each one of us can learn, adopt, intertwine ourselves, and impregnate ourselves with so many possibilities of being a better version of ourselves. I repeat, better version of ourselves and not a better version of somebody else. I don't want to be like a Makshi, or like, I don't want to be like Bharat, I don't want to be like Richa. I want to be like me, not like anybody else. Now, this is very funny if you read it. Aspire to have no goals. So don't take it literally. Let's understand the meaning. Now, cut up this page with a pair of scissors. Slice up some words and sentences. Shuffle them up, rearrange them in a way that completely changes the original meaning. You will find that extraordinary things happen. Unpredictable, unusual phrases will fall into place. You're freed from the usual structure and purposes of writing and are led into all sorts of expanding directions. Now, a goal defines the outcome. When you have a goal, the route to it becomes a labor. The imagination becomes close to other possibilities. ये ऐसा है तो ये ऐसा ही होना चाहिए. So you are restricted. If the process is interesting, the result will be interesting. But ये यहाँ पहुंचना है, अब मैं ऐसे करूंगा या मैं ऐसे करूंगा, मैं ऐसे जाऊंगा या मैं ऐसे जाऊंगा, से एक capacity है, interesting चीज है. The creative explore in a truly open and experimental way. तो जो creative लोग होते हैं ना, वो ना explore करते हैं, वो अपने आप को challenge करते हैं, वो they start to do something differently. They don't start with a destination in mind, because the target would trap them on the predetermined path. The search for an objective becomes a barrier to real creativity and problem exploration. Go out looking for one thing, and that's all you ever find. A moth has a goal, the flame, but it is burned by it. The writer who best exemplifies this is William Burroughs. He became one of the most influential authors of modern culture because he didn't set out for the clear goal in mind when starting a novel. He used a cut up technique to create an alternative to traditional linear narratives. When he started a novel, he had no idea what it would be about or who the characters would be. Sentences from a newspaper, book, or other pieces of writing were sliced up and then pasted back together, often at random, both because he wanted to create a little twist. Burroughs' process constantly threw up unusual combinations and surprising phrases, which kept him excited and engaged in his writing. Unexpected pathways opened up to him. Burroughs freed himself from the conventions and the presentational straitjacket of the linear novel with a beginning, middle, and end. And in doing so, he became a literary phenomenon. Now, a goal limits your actions. There isn't room to explore other pathways. You have to follow the plan, even when something more exciting emerges, because you are stuck on a goal. So, all of us are taught to make goals, right? We've been told very, very clearly. But now, the goals also have to be very precise. And that, when they're precise, they also have time limitations. So, if you don't put a deadline, the goal just remains a goal. But if you put a deadline, it becomes what it does. But this is the exact reason why goals backfire, because they encourage us to focus narrowly. The advantages of setting goals are often exaggerated and the downside ignored, which is the reason all of us have been guided. गोल बना लो अपने लिए टाइमलाइन बना दो लेकिन हमेशा एक लाइन ऐड करो this or something highest better will unfold for the highest good of all concerned. तो बिकॉज गोल्स को हम लिमिटेशंस भी तो हो जाती है ना क्या पता इससे आपने इतना मांगे पर आपको मिलना तो बहुत ज्यादा है पर आपने लिमिटेशन कर दी अपने माइंड में तो आपको लिमिटेशन मिली पर जब आपने एक सेंटेंस बोल दिया कि ये या इससे ज्यादा मिले मुझे और सबके अच्छे के लिए हो सो वॉइला द मैजिक बिगिंस दैट नाउ एडवांटेज क्या है गोल सेटिंग का कि एग्जैजरेट हो जाता है डाउन साइड इग्नोर हो जाती है 2009 में हार्वर्ड बिजनेस स्कूल पेपर में there was an article called Goals Gone Wild, Systematic Side Effects of Overprescribing Goal Setting, came to a similar conclusion. Its authors identified the clear side effects associated with goal setting, including a narrow focus. Among the case studies, they cite in Sears' strategy of setting a goal for the auto repair staff to bring $147 for every hour of work. It motivated the employees, but it motivated them to overcharge, which damages the reputation of a company. Another example was a case of Ford Pinto that ignited when it was rear-ended and resulted in 53 deaths and many injuries. Workers had omitted safety checks to achieve the goal they had been setting to producing 1970 a car that would cost under $2,000. I don't want, please understand, we have to always think larger than life and yet always give it to the universe that this or something larger will happen. Now, when you're working in a competition and you want your opponent to guess your strategy, what do? Let's follow John von Neumann's advice in the theory of games and economic behavior. Let's cut up our strategy and remake it. Our opponent will not gain an advantage from knowing our strategy because he will not be able to predict our next move. If you don't know where you're going, the journey is more surprising and your work is more enriching. There are some people that I know who just holiday कि हम अभी just जा रहे हैं, we'll see हम itinerary अपने आप self build करेंगे. Now that's exciting for me, for them कि अरे this. Some people may want कि मुझे इस city में जाना है, इसके बाद यहाँ जाना है, इसके बाद यहाँ जाना है. अब वो city enjoy करी कि नहीं, पूरा चीज देखा कि नहीं, doesn't matter. आगे से आगे planned है. So एक limitation है. मैं ये नहीं बोल रही second तरीका सही है कि first तरीका सही है. But first तरीके में creativity की options बहुत हैं. Second tarika is limiting. Now, the highest purpose to have is not to have a purpose at all. जब हम higher life में जाते हैं, spiritual life में जाते हैं, thoughts आनी बंद हो जाती हैं. There's thoughtlessness. And that is something all of us will go much later in life. But at the moment, we're in the sansaric journey, in this behavior. And our kartavya, our purpose is to live our life beautifully, wholly, abundantly, and holistically. Now, the drive towards achievements is important. But rather than identifying goals, it is better to identify areas of focus. So focus होना बहुत important है. गोल डिफाइन करता है एक आउटकम को, एरिया ऑफ फोकस को एस्टैब्लिश करता है, किस पे टाइम स्पेंड करना है. गोल एक रिजल्ट हो जाता है, जहां हमने फोकस किया हुआ है वो एक गेटवे हो जाता है. डोंट प्लान हाउ टू वर्क, जस्ट वर्क. हाउ ब्यूटीफुल, राइट? Joanne Gris. You're lost the instant you know what the result will be. So let the results be larger than life. Let them keep evolving and let us keep evolving. Now, so next chapter, please. Make the present a present. Truly इतना beautiful sentence है. हमारा जो present है ना, हमारे लिए gift है, present है. So let's understand that. Our ability to immerse ourselves in the present and to live in the moment is one we must nurture. The composer Maurice Ravel realized this during his extraordinary experiences in World War I. Deployed as a truck driver, Ravel was never safe from the relentless artillery shells, enemy snipers, poison gas, machine gun fire as he zigzagged along cratered roads supplying the front lines. In winter, the ground froze hard. In spring, rain turned the battlefields to mud. Soldiers' feet swelled to the 3 times the normal size in the water, which often turned into gangrenous and resulted in amputation. Rats grew to the size of dogs by feeding on the rotting corpses littering in no man's land. The stench of open latrines and rotting bodies was inescapable. Ravel suffered exposure, frostbite, and dysentery. The deafening noise made his ears ring even during the rare moments of silence. Early one sunny morning, Ravel was driving down roads lined with dead, blasted trees, through bleak, bombed out towns. The light was crisp and clear. In the distance, he saw a wrecked chateau. Inside, he miraculously discovered an Erard piano in perfect condition. He sat and played some Chopin, and the surrounding horror melted away. He created an ecstatic, exhilarating moment for himself. He became fully involved in the music and immersed himself in the present, later describing it as one of the highlights of his life. Perhaps the surrounding horror made the pleasure that much more intense. अब इससे अपने आप को कंपेयर करिए. आपके दिमाग में पास्ट में ये रॉन्ग हुआ, ये रॉन्ग हुआ, ये रॉन्ग हुआ का एक टेप चलती जा रही है. बट अगर आप एट द मोमेंट उसको छोड़ के डू समथिंग दैट यू लव, हाउ वंडरफुल इट विल बी. अपना नेगेटिव पैटर्न को रोक के जस्ट थिंकिंग पॉजिटिवली अबाउट इट. पॉजिटिवली enjoying what you're doing right now, not about past. बहुत मुश्किल है बोलना है आसान लगता है, और अगर पास्ट में शिट है तो उसको परफेक्ट बनाने में टाइम लगेगा. इनफैक्ट कई बार पॉसिबल भी नहीं. लेकिन एक्सेप्ट करना कि जो हुआ हुआ, ठीक है, टफ था. अभी तो मैं अपने आप के लिए आई कैन कॉन्सेंट्रेट समथिंग दैट आई एंजॉय. नाउ हाउ वाज Ravel able to shut out the surrounding war? Reading Ravel's letters and accounts of him by his friends reveals that he understood his thinking and moods. He controlled his own thoughts and feelings rather than letting them control him. So all of us क्या है, हमारी thoughts control करती हैं हमें. But क्या होना चाहिए? हमको control करना चाहिए. Now many people believe that the thoughts are something that happened to them. Is there something that I'm making happen? Ravel, who understood the workings of his mind and the fact that he was manufacturing his own moods, he could create an emotional distance from his surroundings and focus on the here and now. He didn't allow past regrets and future concerns to ruin the present. If you believe your thinking is caused by outside people and events, it's overwhelming. You feel helpless. जब आप ब्लेम गेम करते हो, विक्टिम मोड में आते हो, सो यू नो आप मेरे तो साथ ये हुआ, उसने ये किया, उसने ये किया, उसने ये किया, तब हेल्पलेस फील होगी, लाचारी फील होगी. Now Ravel would control his attitude to events. An important factor was his interest in music. All artists speak of how they lose themselves in their art, how the outside world melts away and they're totally focused on the task. Ravel was used to this process and knew how to use it. That's why it's important to find tasks that totally engage you. जिसमें भी इंटरेस्ट होना वो करना चाहिए, जिसमें भी इंटरेस्ट होना चाहिए. Ravel wrote some of the most popular works such as Le tomber dit Coprin in the midst of war. He turned his disadvantage, his traumatic experiences, his surroundings, his experiences of all the, terrible things that were happening to him into something so positive. He believed that the purpose of life was to taste experience, whether good or bad, and reach out for newer and richer ones. So understand this very important. लाइफ में एक्सपीरियंसेस लेसन्स इवेंट्स आएंगे अच्छे भी आएंगे बुरे भी आएंगे लेकिन हमको उनमें से राइज होना है सीखना है कि क्या सीखा हमने और नया रिचर एक्सपीरियंसेस के आगे बढ़ाना है गाड़ी को रोकने देना है प्लेजर इज नॉट ओवर देयर बट हियर नॉट इन द फ्यूचर बट नाउ it's very important to adore what we do to become positively immersed in it. The psychologist Mihaly explains love is all about flowing, right? So the people who read this book with me, Ikigai, they would know about this chapter about Mihaly. Bar, we talked about it. He talks about flow, right? Now, flow is being completely involved in an activity for its own sake. The ego falls away. मैं नहीं कर रहा हूँ. I'm just flowing. मैं तो बस जो आ रहा है मैं सर माथे पे वाटर की तरह चल रहा हूँ. जो हो रहा है होने दो. टाइम फ्लाइज. कभी ध्यान दिया आपने आपको जो चीज बहुत पसंद आती है आप लोग इतना टाइम निकल गया पता भी नहीं चला. Every action, every movement, every thought inevitably follows from the previous one. It's like playing jazz. अपने आप से आप निकल रहे हैं अपने आप से आप निकल रहे हैं कुछ सोचने की जरूरत भी नहीं है अपने आप आइडियाज आ रहे हैं अपने आप लिखा जा रहा है. You're flowing because you're loving what you're doing. So become like water. Start flowing. Don't judge yourself too much. प्रॉब्लम क्या होती है जब हम खुद को जज करते हैं लोग तो जज करेंगे बिकॉज हम whatever we are seeing is what we are seeing in others. They all are reflections. Wherever you are, whatever you do, become totally engrossed. जो करो एकदम जज्बे से करो हिम्मत से करो मजे से करो पैशन से करो. You must be utterly into whatever you're experiencing, whether beautiful or ugly, good or bad. Your present circumstances don't dictate your destination. They only determine your departure point. So very important to understand कि बुरा भी हो रहा है rather than saying कि अरे बहुत बुरा हो रहा है. This too shall pass, but I'm right now in this. जो हो रहा है वो भी हो रहा है. Albert Camus बोलते हैं real generosity towards the future lies in giving all of the present. So very, very important for all of us to understand what we want to do. So tell me, you all want to read this chapter, next chapter, open your mind, or you want to discuss what we have understood? Any questions about this? You will do just a blessing meditation. The first part we've done already today. So you want to continue reading or you want to just, yes, Kamakshi. Kamakshi अपने हाथ रेस करके छोड़ दिया. So I think, so I need answer, discuss. All right, then but you have to ask questions to discuss because I need that. So Rahul sir, that will be all for today morning. We can go for a heart thought also and then we can discuss. It's very important for all of us to ponder over our musings, over our learnings, over our, it's very important कि session के बाद immediately हम और चीजों में नहीं लग जाएं. We have a book called Reflections. 6:30 आपको खत्म होता है. It's important to write down what you've understood about it. So beautiful, ना? हम रोज कुछ नया सीख रहे हैं उसी के बारे में आज का heart thought भी है. So we are learning. I learn something new every day. Now, understand this very clearly. None of us can learn from other people's lessons for them. अगर कोई हमें बोलता है कि बेटा ध्यान से चलो चोट लग जाएगी, हम ध्यान रख सकते हैं, बट चोट लगनी होगी तो लगेगी. It's very important. अपना लेसन खुद ही सीखना पड़ेगा. We must do the work ourselves, and they will do it themselves. So, and let's do it when we are ready for it. So, yes, Richa, you want to read? Please go ahead.
Yes. I learn something new every day. Wouldn't it be a wonderful if instead of having to memorize all those battle dates, children were taught how to think, how to love themselves, how to have good relationships, how to be wise parents, how to handle money, and how to be healthy. Very few of us have been taught how to handle these different areas of our lives. If we knew we would do it differently.
Thank you, Richard. So very important for all of us to understand that on this Sunday, all of us, 20 of us have woken up and we've come in the session right now. Some of our cameras are on, some of our cameras are off. Why are we here? We're here because we want to learn and grow a bit every day. We want to learn कि अरे आज क्या पढ़ने वाले हैं, आज की एक्साइटमेंट है, और एक बार मिस कर दिया एक दिन तो कोई बड़ी बात नहीं. Rather than that, अरे एवरी डे क्या नया आ रहा है, पढ़ना जरूरी है. एक्साइटमेंट, इम्प्लीमेंटेशन, क्या सीखा उसको हम उतार सकते हैं कि नहीं लाइफ में. रिफ्लेक्शंस, जो सीखा उसको रिफ्लेक्ट करना है. क्यों आप में से सारे लोगों ने नहीं किया? 3 मैनिफेस्टेशन बोला था, कुछ भी शेयर नहीं किया. तो आज आपका संडे है. पुट ऑन द ग्रुप कि मैंने ये 3 चीजें बोली हैं. इंटेंशन तो डालो ग्रुप में कि 3 थिंग्स व्हिच आई डोंट. मैंने कहा था कि फॉर एग्जांपल जब मैंने फर्स्ट टाइम किया था, आई सेड अ बटरफ्लाई, अ रेनबो. मैंने इनफैक्ट 2-3 बार किया. एक बार ऑर्किड भी था, येलो कार भी थी, एक बार पीकॉक भी था. सो मच वाज देयर. वो 3 चीज डालो तो सही ग्रुप में कि मेरा ये इंटेंशन है, एंड देन सी वो मैनिफेस्ट होके दिख रहा है कि नहीं. फोटोज डालो ऑल ऑफ यू. So Richa, if you have done but you have not shared half the काम किया है, अपने लिए किया, दूसरों के लिए नहीं किया, तो आप गिवर नहीं हो. जब तक गिव नहीं करोगे तब तक मिलेगा नहीं. द मोर यू गिव द मोर यू गेट. अगर 3 इंटेंशन डालनी है, सबको प्रेरित करो कि अरे अपने ग्रुप से पूछो, व्हाट्स हैपनिंग गाइस, इज इट वर्किंग और नॉट, लेट्स डू इट, लेट्स मैनिफेस्ट. हम इस जर्नी पे आए हैं. व्हाई 70 डेज पूरे हो चुके, 51 डेज बाकी है. 51 डेज आज भी खत्म, 50 दिन की जर्नी बाकी है. 50 दिन बहुत मीनिंगफुल है. अभी भी अगर हम ऑफ ट्रैक हैं, कई लोग आपके संघ के लोग ऑफ ट्रैक हैं, वापस ऑन ट्रैक ले आइए. हाउ डज इट मैटर? कभी किसी को लगता है भरत हैज जॉइंड इन द मिडल ऑफ सेशन, फर्स्ट पर्सन टू जॉइन इन द 3 सीरीज ऑफ माइंड, मिडल ऑफ सेशन. उनको भी समझ में आ ही रहा होगा रोज का, ये तो नहीं कि नहीं समझ में आ रहा. Bharat, you can share with us if you're understanding anything or you're lost. So why are we restricting ourselves? Why are we thinking so negative? It's time to start thinking, start manifesting whatever we want. Believe me, manifestation is beautiful science. Now ask me any questions that you have, if you have any. Vijay said he wants to understand. So Richa said ponder. So then ask the questions. If you want to understand what we've been reading, tapping क्या है? Negative programming को देखना, asking ourselves questions. वो question करो, program आए उसको accept करो कि okay, you've come for a reason, but now just let go, and then tap affirmations into yourself. So simple. कैसे करते हैं? टैपिंग क्यों करते हैं? ये हमारे एनर्जी पॉइंट्स हैं. आंखों के पास 3 पॉइंट्स क्यों हैं? ऊपर क्या है, उसके साइड में क्या है, नीचे क्या है, डेप्थ में जा रहे हैं. माउथ क्यों है 2 पॉइंट्स? हम क्या बोल रहे हैं, क्या सुन रहे हैं, अंदर क्या जा रहा है, बाहर क्या जा रहा है. ये क्या है? हार्ट से रिलीज कर रहे हैं. ये क्या है? पूरा उसको हार्ट के पॉइंट के पास 2 ये हैं, 2 साइड में है. सर क्यों है? आपका स्पिरिचुअल एनर्जी सेंटर है. देयर इज सो मच ऑफ साइंस अटैच्ड टू दिस. हमें सिर्फ उन साइंसेस को पकड़ना है, टू अडॉप्ट एंड इंटरट्वाइन एंड वर्क विद देम थ्रू आउट आवर लाइफ. दैट्स ऑल. आपकी जो बुक्स आ रही है, क्रिएटिव थिंकिंग क्या आ रही है, क्या थिंक बियॉन्ड योर एज, थिंक बियॉन्ड योर टाइम. That's all that there is. So are there any questions? I don't see any. Okay, let me see. Cut-up strategy में सिर्फ इतना है, जो भी आपको, एक तो रिचा, you can't use this language. I'm not getting cut-up strategy. तथास्तु. You will never get cut-up strategy. Can I have more clarity on cut-up strategy? हम सबको अपने क्वेश्चंस को रिफ्रेज करना आना चाहिए. क्या सेंटेंसेस यूनिवर्स में बोल रहे हैं वो आना चाहिए. अगर मैं बोलती हूँ अरे आई एम वेरी शॉर्ट टेम्पर्ड, तो व्हाट कैन आई से? आई एम लुकिंग फॉरवर्ड टू बिकमिंग वेरी स्टेबल माइंडेड. like having temper is not good, right? So we have to learn to talk in affirmations. Very important. So cut up strategy में क्या था रिचा? Tell me, you tell me, क्या समझ में आया? Unmute yourself. क्या समझ में आया कट ऑफ स्ट्रेटजी में आपको? या ओके, डू इट नाउ. करो तो सही. आप पास 2-3. हाँ, अब हो गया, बोलिए.
Actually, I don't get this strategy. Like, not it's not going in my mind.
कैसे बोल रही हो? तो क्या बोल रही हो? मैं तुमसे तो बात ही नहीं करनी चाहिए मुझे।
नहीं नहीं, sorry, sorry.
कैसे
I'm
बोलना है?
trying.
पहले क्वेश्चन रिफ्रेश करो,
Yes,
सोचो 2 मिनट।
yes. Uh, I'm
इसका मतलब पीछे भी यही करती होगी ना, घर
no
में भी
no
यही
no
करती हो।
no no no
सेशन
at
में
all.
बैठ के ऐसी बातें बोल रही हो।
I don't know how it happened, but matlab, I get everything. But this time, like my mind is like it's not working. I'm just looking at this scissor and its eyes. I'm into it actually. I'm just
इसमें क्या बताया
trying
गया
to.
कि एक
Hmm.
ऑथर है,
Hmm.
उसने रेगुलर, हर ऑथर में एक होता है ना, बुक में स्टार्टिंग बिगिनिंग एंड एंड होता है।
Yes.
उसने क्या किया, लिखते लिखते ही टू कट अप बुक्स, मैगजीन्स,
Yes.
वर्ड्स, put them
Yes.
all together, humble
Yes.
jumble them and come up with new phrases, new ideas.
Okay.
तो वो बोल रहे हैं स्ट्रेट पाथ पे जाने की जगह ब्रेक द बैरियर्स, ट्राई समथिंग
Okay.
न्यू।
Okay. Just like a
आपको
jigsaw
यहाँ जाना
puzzle.
है, दैट इज क्लियर।
Okay.
ऐसे जाना है, ऐसे जाना है, ऐसे जाना है, ऐसे जाना है, या ऐसे करके जाना है, वो
Okay.
आपकी क्रिएटिविटी है।
Yes.
कट योर सेल्फ फ्रॉम ट्रेडिशनल मेथड्स
Okay.
सो
Okay.
दैट यू कैन सी मोर क्लियरली। तभी दो
Okay.
आंखें बनाई हैं, वर्ड्स को बनाया है।
Okay.
टिपिकल कट ऑफ करके थिंक ऑफ
Hmm.
समथिंग न्यू,
Hmm.
थिंक आउट ऑफ द बॉक्स।
That's why it's like I go with the traditional method, always the same method. That's why it's not like I'm trying to go into it, but I'm not getting into it. So it is a new thing for me to see different puzzles and then just create a story just like that only.
Yes, it's like that. And tell yourself, I'm a very creative thinker.
Yes.
प्रॉब्लम क्या है, हम लोग सोचते हैं कि क्रिएटिविटी तो कई लोग, लिमिटेड लोग के पास है। हम ये नहीं देखते, समझते कि ऑल ऑफ अस क्रिएटर्स नहीं होते तो लाइफ लिव ही नहीं कर पाते।
Actually.
आज उषा जी को ब्लैक स्वेटर पहनना है कि रेड स्वेटर पहनना है, क्रिएट कर रही है ना, सोच रही है ना। तुमको अपना कौन सा हुडी पहनना है, आज तुमने क्रिएट किया है ना।
True.
अलमारी में 10 कपड़े थे, तुमने पिकअप किए हैं ना। हर मोमेंट में हम कुछ क्रिएट कर रहे हैं,
Yes.
और फिर हम बोलते रहे हम तो आर्टिस्टिक ही नहीं है।
True.
So that's what we are learning, to stay away from typical traditional thinking and going into a world where we are going towards something which is very, very deeper.
Deeper.
And अपने आप की जो भी limitations हमारे दिमाग में है उनको बाहर निकालते हैं, और अब affirmations में बात करते हैं। Most important affirmations में बात करनी है।
Okay.
वो नजरिया बदलना चाहिए। मुझे नहीं समझ में आ रहा, आई अंडरस्टैंड,
Yes.
पर मुझे क्या बोलना है, मुझे इसके
Ac-
ज्यादा क्लैरिटी चाहिए, या मुझे इसका नजरिया समझना है कि कैसे इसको और क्लियर हो जाए।
Actually.
Yeah.
Okay.
Any other question? I'm sorry if तुम्हें लगा कि मैं सुबह सुबह बोल दिया तुम्हें।
नहीं, it's
But
okay. You can say anything. I admire you a lot because I'm
thank you,
here
darling.
for my improvement, empowerment. So
Thank you.
that's I need actually. And
Okay.
whenever you say na, I always work on it. So
I'm so
this
glad.
was my time to I have to work on it.
Grateful. Thank you for so.
One thing I also want to know, like on 98 page it is mentioned, don't want your opponent to guess your strategy. Cut up your strategy and remake it.
Yeah.
Like if I just want to clarification on this also. Like I have read this somewhere. Ki, if you want, never like be like different. Every time your opponent don't judge, but because being in a job, it happens. I'm a little bit straightforward, and I tell everything to everyone. So sometimes it happens ki other person take advantage of this. So this I'm working on this because I have learned
This
somewhere else.
this is your smartness level.
Yes,
जब
yes,
तुम्हें पता है कंपटीशन चल रहा है, सारे पत्ते कैसे खोल दोगी सामने?
actually,
एक एक करके करो ना,
yes,
प्लान डिफरेंटली।
yes.
सब लोग एबीसीडी पढ़ाएंगे, एक लाइन ऐसे लेंगे, एक लाइन ऐसे लेगा,
Hmm,
बट एक कोई जना आएगा, एक सीढ़ी ले आएगा कि सीढ़ी के अंदर का शेप कैसे दिख रहा है तुमको,
hmm,
या एक स्ट्रॉ को मोड़ देगा, अच्छा शेप क्या दिख रही है।
hmm,
तो हाउ यू आर टीचिंग और
hmm,
योर हाउ योर अंडरस्टैंडिंग हैज टू बी क्रिएटिव।
yes,
इट्स नॉट अबाउट ट्रेडिशनल मेथड्स। जितना हम क्रिएट कर सकते हैं रेजोनेंस ज्यादा आएगी। यू हर्ड दिस फ्रेज ना,
yes.
पिक्चर्स स्पीक लाउडर देन वर्ड्स।
Hmm,
सो क्रिएट अ पिक्चर। ऑल ऑफ अस, अब क्रिएटिव विजुअलाइजेशन में भी आज क्या बताया गया, मेंटल मूवी चलानी है, और नहीं भी आ रही है तो इट्स ओके। कुछ तो आ रहा है ना, फ्लो इन दैट. अच्छा, आप सबकी मेंटली मूवी आई, मैंने देखा आप सबने लिखा यस 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 यस, यू कुड ऑल इमेजिन योर लाइफ. क्यों नहीं, जो हम लाइफ चाह रहे हैं लिव करना, फॉर एग्जाम्पल कुछ बड़े बंगले में या बड़े रिजॉर्ट में या कहीं, व्हाई कांट वी इमेजिन? ऑफ कोर्स वी कैन इमेजिन. पर हम बोलते हैं नहीं मुझे तो आ ही नहीं रहा, आ ही नहीं रहा, सो वी आर कंडीशनिंग आवरसेल्व्स कि नहीं मुझे तो नहीं हो रहा. सो हमें वो नहीं बोलना है, हमें बोलना है कि आई एम वेटिंग फॉर इट टू कम टू मी. या. एंड रिचा, आर यू डूइंग द यूनिफाइड जर्नी आल्सो?
Yes, I'm doing it.
Good.
Every day I'm doing meditation every day. I'm into reading like little bit. Reading happens twice a week or thrice a week. But I do meditation daily at the same time.
Okay, all right. So Vijay ji, your सवाल है, the question is, how do we flow with time? Still, we have different goals. जब आपको फ्लो करने की जरूरत नहीं पड़ेगी, जब आपका गोल ऐसा है जो आपको बहुत पसंद हो, विच यू लव, अपने आप फ्लो करोगे. अगर आपने गोल बांधा है जहां आपको मजा ही नहीं आता, तो हाउ विल यू फ्लो? मुझे आज कोई बोलेगा कि तुम नॉनवेज खाना पका लो, फॉर एग्जाम्पल, मैं तो हाथ चलेगा ही नहीं, ना हाथ ना चम्मच ना कुछ भी नहीं. और मुझे कोई बोलेगा मेक समथिंग वेजिटेरियन एक्सोटिक, or immediately I'll join up a dish and I'll give it to you, present it to you, because I'm creative about that. पर कोई मुझे फोर्स करके बोलेगा कि तुम ये वाला बिजनेस कर लो, इफ इट्स नॉट क्रिएटिव आई विल नॉट वांट टू वर्क ऑन इट. सो टाइम, जो हमने मेहाली के बारे में पढ़ा था इकिगाई बुक में, व्हाई ही सेज फ्लोज, डू व्हाट यू लव टू डू. अपने आप टाइमलेसनेस आती है. Like, one of my students in the first batch, she started drawing, painting. एंड वो बोलती जब वो पेंट और ड्रॉ करती है, उसने पैंडेमिक में रियलाइज किया बहुत सालों के बाद आई करने, शी सेज कि मुझे पता ही नहीं चलता 5-6 घंटे कहाँ हो गए. She just flows with time and now she's made it a profession. अब she's doing portraits for people, she's picking up orders. So that's what I'm trying to say कि हमें flow जो करना है ना, मालूम ही नहीं पड़ेगा. अब मुझे अपने आप watch करना पड़ता है in this session that I'm flowing. If I start flowing, that happens in unified. कई बार meditations go so long that I don't even realize. It's happened before. But then here I know I have to be sticking to my time parameter. But I flow with the session because I know that I love this energy in the morning. सो मुझे कोई डंडे मार के नहीं उठाता कि चलो 5 बज रहा है, उठो 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 सेशन करो. संडे हो मंडे हो, आई वेक अप एवरी डे. सोना है दोबारा सो जाओ, दोपहर सो जाओ, हाउ डज इट मैटर? स्नगल बैक इन द रजाई लेटर फॉर एन आवर एक्स्ट्रा, हाउ डज इट मैटर? सो जहां वो फोर्सिंग आती है ना, अब मुझे कोई एक्सरसाइज के लिए बोलता है ना, मुझे एक सोचना पड़ता है कि हाँ एक्सरसाइज करनी है. ऑटोमेटिकली फ्लो नहीं आ रहा अभी, बिकॉज फिजिकल दैट लव फॉर माई सेल्फ हैजंट कम येट इन. So that is what I'm trying to say. For उसके लिए क्या करना चाहिए? Something that we need to understand कि what makes it a happier journey. What can I do to make this work? अपने आप फ्लो आएगा. अब मनीष को अगर इन्वेस्टमेंट बैंकिंग का शौक है, उसको अपने शेयर्स मार्केट का शौक है, तो अपने आप ही वांट टू ट्यून इनटू द न्यूज कि क्या आ रहा है क्या नहीं आ रहा. कामाक्षी को हॉस्पिटल में बैठा कुछ करना है, तो पेशेंट से हाँ ये बात कही थी, दे लव्ड इट, ओके नाउ आई विल डू दिस. अपने आप लाइफ टीचिंग लेसन्स एंड एक्सपीरियंसेस, right? So any other questions or shall we close with blessings? And at 7 o'clock, I'm going to see those of you who are interested in Unified. Otherwise, session will come to you on the group if you're on the group. Right. So yeah, I see no more questions. So thank you for asking questions, Richa and Vijayji. You both of you said that we should be not doing the next chapter and doing this. All I'm trying to say is hold the back of your Sangha Mitras. जो लोग बीच में नहीं आए, उनको आने दो. Let them come, because it's किसी भी दिन you're learning something new. It doesn't, nothing is attached. In the spiritual journey, there's nothing called a curriculum कि आज मैंने ये journey join करी है, इतने दिनों का gap हो गया. It doesn't matter gap हुआ तो. It's just fine. It's absolutely all right. Okay. So everyone, let's close our eyes. Shivan, you don't have to record this because it's just blessings. We've done the meditation before in the morning today, right? Just close your eyes. Take a deep breath in. Observe your breath going in. Expand your diaphragm, your stomach. Exhale out. Inhale. Exhale. And observe the point where your breath stops, and again you take it. A little pause. Observe it. Take a deep breath in and out. In and out. And the last time for this morning, in and out. Let's learn something from our breathing. Whatever comes in, goes out. Whatever goes out, comes in. It's a circle of life. The more we give, the more we get. Let's all of us go within ourselves to realize that life is magical. Life is a giver. Life is a complete journey. The more visible we become for ourselves, the more we recognize our life's purpose or what we love, and the more we start flowing into it, comes a point where we start loving our lives. All of us probably are working. Maybe we're right now comfortable in our set A business or job, giving us some kind of job returns. But can I think about starting a plan B where I love doing what it is all about? Can I take baby steps with motivation, with love, with passion for making that come true? What if slowly and gradually that shifts into complete plan A and plan A becomes plan B? What if I realize that I can multitask and handle both plan A, which gives me a comfortable source of income, and plan B, which is growing exponentially and giving me income as well? Can I, one person, create multiple businesses, multiple endeavors? Can I go to the next level? Can I think differently? Can I come out of this box, this prison, this cage? Can I take a leap of flight of fantasy? Can I stop fighting and taking a flight and just fly away in the sky, creating the life that I desire? Can I start creating myself, my thoughts, and yet allow myself to flow? Let's all flow with our life. Let's manifest. Let's creatively visualize and create something which is magical. So be it. So it is. Let's bow our heads in gratitude towards Mother Earth. Gratitude towards the eye level. Keep your eye level straight. And thank your life for all the past lessons, experiences you've ever had. Open your hands towards the universe above and thank the universe. Thank you, universe, for having our back. I am open and receptive for all the love, all the abundances, all the creative thinking, all throughout my life. Thank you, angels, guardians, divinities, for showering your blessings, guiding us, protecting us. Thank you, all the teachers in this realm or the others, masters in this realm or the others, gurus in this realm or the others, for teaching us such valuable life lessons. Thank you, universe, for truly having our back. Let's expand our angel heart, expand our hands. I am love. I am light. I am blessed. I am abundant. I am open and receptive to everything wonderful in my life. Wherever I go, prosperity turns. I learn very easily and I implement even more easily, effortlessly. And I grow by leaps and bounds at all levels of my being: spiritual, emotional, mental, physical, intellectual. And let's close our hands with a lot of gratitude for all that life has given us. Let's rub our hands, feel the energy flow, bless our wonderful face, our neck, our shoulders, our arms, our upper back, middle back, lower back, our hips, our thighs, back of our knees, back of our calves, our soles, top of our feet, front of our calves, our neck, our knee, our thighs, our sexual organs, entire gut area, having large and small intestines, uterus, gallbladder, stomach, and kidneys. Finally, let's come up and bless our lungs for helping us breathe. And let's keep a hand on our heart and be grateful for all the blessings we've been given throughout our life. Let's be blessed. Love, light, and abundance for you, Jitendraji, Ruchi, Manish, Pratimaji, Nikita, Manisha, Vijayji, Shivani, Kamakshi, Minakshi, Gyanji, Ushaji, Richa, Niriksha, Bharat, Neha, Pina, Neha, Neha Jain, Shami Ankur, Rahul sir, Amrita ma'am, and to all our virtual participants and all sentient beings from Mother Earth. May you all be blessed. So thank you, thank you, thank you. I'll see you at 7 for those of us who are interested in Unified. Lots of love and light. Thank you, thank you, thank you.